So today we are looking at Donnie Yen
Oh, yeah.
versus Moon Lee.
Classic.
I know, right? So this is a hypothetical matchup.
Right.
And we found some analysis online that breaks down like
Oh, cool.
their strengths and weaknesses and who would win.
Sweet.
So that's to be a good one to
Yeah.
kind of break down and chat about.
Yeah, for sure.
So Donnie Yen, obviously like
Legend.
huge. Like he does Wing Chun, Tai Chi.
Right.
He's incorporated like
Yeah.
some MMA stuff as well.
Oh, wow.
So that's like one of the first things that the article brought up was like
Yeah.
his adaptability.
Well, yeah, I mean, you can't really pigeonhole him into just one.
Right. And they were saying that like in the Ip Man films, you can really see that. Like,
totally.
Because he's fighting all these different styles
Yeah.
and he's like adapting.
And like even within a single fight,
Yeah.
like, you know, in the first Ip Man, there's that scene with the karate master
Oh, yeah, yeah.
who's like this huge dude, and Donnie Yen's like using Wing Chun, which is like
Up close.
very close quarters.
Correct.
And it's not really working right.
Yeah.
And then he kind of like switches it up and starts
Yeah.
incorporating some Tai Chi movements.
I see.
And he's like redirecting the force and like
That's so cool.
using the guy's momentum against him. And it's like,
So he's thinking like on his feet.
oh yeah, absolutely, in the moment.
He's not just reacting. He's like
Wow.
analyzing the situation
That's awesome.
and adapting his strategy.
And then you got Moon Lee, who is like,
Oh, yeah.
she's amazing.
Yeah. She's got like the speed and agility.
Yeah, and that really comes from her background as an acrobat.
Oh, right.
You know, like
Yeah.
she's known for those like really high kicks
Yeah.
and fast movements.
So like how does her acrobatics like play into her?
Well, think about like a butterfly kick, for example.
Okay.
It's not just about like raw power, you know?
Right.
It's about using your momentum and flexibility
I see.
to generate speed and like leverage,
Okay.
turning your opponent's weight against them.
Oh.
And that's a principle you see in a lot of martial arts, right?
Yeah.
Using your opponent's force against them.
Right.
And Moon Lee just like embodies that.
Wow. So would you say that like Moon Lee is more like
I think she's definitely more about finesse.
finesse? Okay.
Yeah, whereas Donnie Yen,
Yeah.
he's got that blend of power and adaptability.
Right. So it's kind of like
Yeah.
raw power versus speed
In a way.
and agility. So like who wins in this?
Well, that's $1 million question, right?
Yeah.
The analysis that we looked at,
Yeah.
they ultimately concluded that Donnie Yen would probably win like a prolonged fight
Okay.
just because of his size,
Right.
strength,
Yeah.
and versatility.
Right.
But they did emphasize that it would be like a really tough fight.
Like Moon Lee wouldn't go down
Oh, no, she'd put up a hell of a fight.
without a fight.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
She's resilient, you know,
Yeah.
and she's smart.
So like how much of an advantage would Moon Lee's speed
Oh, I think it would be huge.
and evasiveness?
And
you got?
especially like in a shorter confrontation.
Yeah.
You know, if she could like get in,
Right.
land some quick blows and get out,
Right.
that could be a real problem for Donnie Yen.
Yeah, but then Donnie Yen has like the iron body training.
That's true. He's notoriously durable.
Right.
Like he can take a hit.
So it's not just about like landing the punch.
No, it's about
Yeah.
being able to withstand the counter.
Right.
You know what I mean?
So he could take a couple of her hits,
Potentially. Yeah,
and then if he lands one,
exactly.
that could be it.
It could be game over.
So it's like a really interesting matchup.
It is.
Because you've got these two completely different
totally different swords.
philosophies almost.
You know?
And also, like, the source was saying that Moon Lee's
Yeah.
resilience and, like, tactical intelligence
Oh, absolutely.
shouldn't be underestimated.
Like, remember, she's not just fast.
Right.
She's a skilled martial artist.
Yeah.
She understands timing,
Right.
leverage,
Yeah.
you know, when to strike, when to evade.
Yeah.
So while Donnie Yen might have the edge in like
Yeah.
a long, drawn-out battle,
Right.
Moon Lee could definitely exploit openings, use his momentum against him.
It's like a really...
It's a fascinating matchup.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it is.
for sure.
Like, there's just so many factors to consider.
Absolutely.
You know, there's no
It's not just like one
clear-cut answer.
is better.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, this whole deep dive just kind of shows you that, like,
Yeah.
there's no single best style in martial arts.
Exactly.
It's about adaptability strategy, understanding your strengths, your opponent's weaknesses.
Yeah.
It's complex.
It's really cool.
It is. So, yeah, I mean, this is a
Yeah.
really interesting hypothetical matchup.
It raises a lot of good questions.
Yeah.
Like, how much does physicality matter
Right.
compared to technical skill?
Yeah.
Can speed overcome brute strength? You know, these are all things that,
Right.
you know, we could debate forever.
That's awesome.
But that's part of the fun, right?
Totally.
It's about like exploring the possibilities
Yeah.
and appreciating the complexity of martial arts.
Well said.
Thank you.
So, for our listeners out there,
Yeah.
think about this. Okay.
All right.
What if we added another layer to this fight
Okay.
environment,
Oh, interesting.
like terrain,
Okay.
obstacles?
Mm-hmm.
Would that shift the advantage
Ooh.
more towards Moon Lee
I see.
with her agility,
Okay.
or would Donnie Yen be able to use that to his advantage?
That's a good question.
So, something to think about.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining us on this
This was
epic martial arts deep dive.
Absolutely.
We'll catch you in the next one.
See ya. Bye.